Well, welcome back. As we prepare to close Module 6, I thought it might be wise to also have a Lesson 3 to give you a summary of the process for conducting ANOVA using SPSS in case you still had any questions. The ANOVA requires the following protocols. It requires independence, normality, and homogeneity of variance. Independence is determined by the problem. Does one vendor or one group, one population have an interaction with the other population where one controls the other? If not, then they're independent. Normality is determined with skewness and kurtosis, and there are many other ways to do it, but this is the way I prefer. And the skewness talks about the shift of the curve to the left and right. Kurtosis talks about the sharpness or flatness of the curve. If those values fall between -3 and 3, then we can claim that the curve is approximately normally distributed and we can proceed. The homogeneity of variance is determined by Levene's test. When you conduct the ANOVA, you select that option and you move forward with it, and it will give you the finding. If any of these protocols are not met, you can either proceed with a non-parametric process, that's for non-normally distributed. Actually, the process is called a Kruskal-Wallis, or proceed with the ANOVA by declaring the findings for the use of the consumer of your research. What that means is you can proceed with the ANOVA, here are the results of the ANOVA, but be aware that the following, I'll say the homogeneity of variance was not satisfied. So the consumer of your research understands how to accept your findings and how to use them. Now, I wanted to take just a minute and talk about the hypothesis testing six-step plan. The null hypothesis, of course, is that the means are equal. The alternate hypothesis is that they're not equal. The critical value is the alpha that you set. It may be 0.05, it may be 0.01, it doesn't matter, whatever you choose. The significance that you compare to alpha is the ANOVA value that you're given. In our sample problem, it was less than 0.001, but that significance is either less than alpha or more than alpha. If it's more than alpha, we fail to reject H0. If it's less than alpha, we reject H0. The conclusion, you reject H0 or you fail to reject H0, and if you reject H0, you can conduct a post-hoc test and interpret using the descriptives, and then write the findings into statements. Now, ANOVA should follow the following steps. Collect the descriptives using the skewness, including skewness and kurtosis using SPSS. Conduct the ANOVA using SPSS. If a difference is identified, conduct the post-hoc using SPSS, and then interpret the post-hoc results using the descriptives. Now, again, the process is actually 5 steps. It's combined. Pieces fall in different areas, but establish that the protocols are met, capture the descriptives, conduct the 6-step hypothesis test, proceed with the post-hoc test if significant difference is established, only if significant difference is established, and then use the descriptives to understand the post-hoc results. I don't want you to panic. You have this. You're doing well. Just keep plugging. This is not as hard at all. You're now into the using of software, and we still have 2 more modules to go, correlational and then linear regression, both of which are very easy when you use the software. You can rock with this. Keep the faith and stay on course.